Hey everyone, Krazyed here, and I just wanted to go over the build that I got to level 90 in the Turmoil League, this league, or this race event. It is a self-cast Dark Pact Occultist. I've just got a pretty basic dagger, not even spell damage on it, no added damage to spells, just spell crit and some crit multi, not even crafted. Some basic rings. I'm using a 5-link covenant. I had another covenant that I probably threw about another 1,000 or so fusings into and didn't 6-link, so I never got that opportunity. Basic shield, basic boots, whatever I could pick up. I don't know what's on this strand map, but we can go ahead and run it real quick just to show off the build. I streamed a lot of the event, and a lot of the people that were watching compared it to like EK Nova. I kind of was comparing it to like a Spark Inquisitor. You basically just, zoom through packs, and you do this. Looks like we got Beyond on this bad boy. So, you shatter a lot, as long as you keep your flasks up. The most important flasks, and the ones that I chose, were you have to have an Aziri's Promise. They were about 9 chaos, 10 chaos for a good roll, even several days into the event. They never really came down. They were really useful for a lot of builds, even though they got nerfed recently. I use a Quicksilver Flask with warding, so no curse. I use a Diamond Flask of heat, so no freeze and chill. And then my movement flask is awesome, Abyssus. My movement flask is anti-bleeding. I have a staunching flask that also removes bleeding and just has some charge recovery on it, so I make sure that it's up a lot. I don't normally use it, but oh, I still got my loot filter. I actually leveled another character to 40 just so I could have 2 chances at some DMTX. But yeah, the build's a lot of fun. It's pretty fast. You can use Abyskos. I'm not running one, even though I did find one this league, or in the event. Instead I opted for just a life resists Ami. I didn't even, look for one that had crit multi or anything like that on it. My crit chance, it was 45% sitting in town with the golem. Let's see what it's at. 53. So when I pop a diamond flask, I've got effectively like an 80% crit chance, 75, 80. Pick that up. My links are Dark Pact, and I just sold a bunch of gems to get the GCP recipe to quality that up, and then I did the same thing for Wither as much as I could. Controlled Destruction, Increased Crits, Void Manip, and Spell Echo. My actual last link would be Increased AoE and not Conk Effect. I find I deal enough damage anyway, so I just want more clear speed just to try to hit 90. So on a boss, I just drop Wither Totem. Alternately, I can weapon swap, and I've got 2 Apex Rages in my offhand. And that with the cast speed and the flat chaos, my DPS goes way up. Against some bosses, though, I just never. Ooh, that's actually a really good roll. Hot. So yeah, and my helmet is absolutely nothing special. Let's take a look at the skill tree real quick. You notice I didn't even get my last ascendancy. I tried right when I hit 89 to go for it, and I died right before the first Izara room to some traps, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I've gotten to 89 all the way. I don't really need it. All I would really add is Orb of Storms, Curse on Hit, and Assassin's Mark for bosses. Like, I didn't really feel it was going to be that big of a deal. With my tree, I actually started up this way, and until about level 45 or so, I was Firestorm, and so yeah, I went for this Firewalker tree. I did go Spell Crit, and I had Elemental Overload equipped, because Firestorm just does multi-hits. I did path up through here, and then I just, off the bat, I path this way for the Firewalker, over to Elemental Overload, and I picked up these life nodes on the way. I got these crits, this life. I didn't bother with this till later, and then I spec'd out of Elemental Overload and the Firewalker nodes obviously after that. So after I got Elemental Overload, I went all the way down, didn't even get life here, down this way. I pathed through the crit, through this life, and I got Vaal Pact, or like I waited to get Vaal Pact, but I pathed all the way to it, leveling my gems the entire way. After that, I branched over all this life. I got as much life as I could because I was still doing good damage with Firestorm, and then I ended up starting going to crit. Like I said, about level 45, I equipped a dagger that had some damage on it, and I was able to shield charge and get my Dark Pact going after getting Vaal Pact and Warlord's Mark and all that. Then you just go down here. You do pick up a couple jewels. Pick up this jewel here. You want things like global crit multi, life, and area damage, or chaos damage, or general damage. Crit chance is good too. You can pick up this jewel here for 2 points. If you want to stretch it, you can pick this one up for 3, and maybe pick up this life if it suits your fancy. Yeah, pick up this one for 2. Again, global crit chance, area damage, and this one is just one I actually found. It's just cast speed and life. I didn't really feel like buying it. If you don't want to pick up like a jewel slot here or a jewel slot down here, you can get some extra life right here. You can pick up chaos damage nodes here and through here. There's also another 3-point jewel here if you need dex. If you want some stun avoidance and you need some stats early on, you can get these points, and then these 2 points are also on the way. They're pathing, but you'll pick up some strength here, some dex from this node, dex right here. So I mean, you get dex from this node and that node. So once you get to over here, generally you'll find that you'll have enough strength and dex to get whatever you need. And then again, you path through the Templar area. There's lots of strength and whatnot over this way too. You don't pick up I didn't pick up the power charge nodes until later on, and my ascendancy order was Profane Bloom first for clear speed, and then Void Beacon, and then I got Forbidden Power about level 80 or 81 or so, and it was a really quick lab. It was pretty easy to do the Merc lab. I really wouldn't recommend this build going forward. It's fun if you've never played like a Blade Vortex type character. It doesn't have the AoE coverage that like a Spark or maybe even like a Frostbolt would have. Frostbolt's in a really good spot. Ziz got 100 with it in the Hardcore League. I wouldn't recommend it going forward because of the changes they've already leaked regarding Vaal Pact. Without the instant leech, especially if you have Spell Echo equipped, when you're casting really fast, you're not going to be leeching up to the speed that you're sacrificing your life. Like you'll actually be taking a little bit more damage. Your leech will be, you know, going above your health bar, but that's not good enough, right? And also it's going to be in a different spot on the tree. Pathing all the way down to the duelist area is not going to be viable for almost any casters whatsoever. It's really gonna be an attack-based node again, like when it used to be over here with the duelists, and there wasn't all that crap. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about the build, I'm gonna link it in the comments below. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, and I will see y'all out in Rayclast.